Welcome everybody. Recently our channel's been growing a lot and a very prevalent question I've been asked is, Gorelock, what is your setup? What add-ons do you use? What Weakauras do you use? So I'm going to quickly show everyone exactly what I use. Some of them are non-combat, just general quality of life add-ons, and then others are actually for combat and keys. So let's get started. So for add-ons, specifically for Mythic Plus, I use Angry Keystones and Astral Keys. Angry Keystones makes that clean little box over here on the right side that you can see in many of my key videos that shows the single chest, double chest, and triple chest timers, as well as how many deaths, and also the count on the screen. Astral Keys lets you see the key that you currently have, as well as other people who has Astral Keys installed. You can see their key as well. So if you see in the tooltip on the bottom right here, it says I currently have a King's Rest 22. Similarly, you can look on the friends list, and there's probably at least one or two people that have it. So you could see this Holy Paladin over here has a 20 Waycrest is his current key. So you can spy on other people's keys if you want to. Bag Brother and Bagnon, these kind of go together. What those do is it just makes one gigantic bag. Rather than looking through 5 different bags at once, you could just have one big bag that you can put and sort everything in, which is how I like it. Additionally, one of the other things it does is it lets you see what's in your other bags. So you can right click and you could see what's in your bank. Definitely really useful. Obviously, you can't take stuff out if you're not there, but you can sort of just look at it. Additionally, you can see some of your other characters and what kind of gold they have and stuff like that. Overall, it's definitely really useful add-ons, and I would suggest them highly. Other add-ons. Um, Bartender. So if you were wondering how I have my bar set up like this, I use, for the most part, I do use the classic Blizzard UI, as you can see. However, what you see below here is a modified version of the classic Blizzard UI using something called Bartender. Bartender essentially just lets you add a bunch of extra bars, as well as customize the size of the bars. It also does this thing over here where you see all the bags and all of your uh, default keybinds for like character info C. It's all clustered together here. It sort of just moves all the UI frame elements together in this nice little package. So if we go to Bartender and you right click, you can add up to 10 additional bars. You can move around all of your bars. You can also move around like the Blizzard art and the status tracking and the zones, all sorts of stuff. On the bars, you can modify the size and the scale and pretty much anything you want. Additionally, you also can add key bindings. That's how you see some of these stuff like F, R, and G, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of those are part of the default Blizzard, and some of them are part of Bartender. To change stuff, you simply just click it, and you can see everything is now highlighted in green, and that's how you can change where everything is. It's pretty simple, and it has nice bar snapping that allows you to make it all line up neatly. Additional add-ons. We obviously use details, which you could see over here. This was a run we did, I believe this was a 15 sail carry. We did a lot of damage. So we use details to track the healing and the damage. We use Exorcist raid tools because that's required by our raid. That lets you bring up stuff like ERT notes and other useful things. Mainly it's more useful to the raid leader than the individual raider, but that's okay. When we're in PvP, we use Gladiator or Gladius, stuff like that. Grid 2 is something I used when I was trying out healing, but I currently don't heal. Hero rotation, I obviously don't use this on my Paladin, but this is a add-on that can be helpful if you're trying to learn a new class. It's okay. Cooee Nameplates is what I use for these cool looking nameplates you see here. It's a customized version of Cooee Nameplates, so I have a profile. I'm not sure if I could share it or not. I'd have to figure that out. but you can make all the nameplates look the same way that these do, as you can see over here. But yeah, Cooee Nameplates is what I use. I obviously use Method Dungeon tools, which you could see over here. Move anything. This allows you to move default Blizzard elements. You can move it wherever you want. So for instance, if you wanted to move, I don't know, the mini map somewhere else, you could. You can quite literally move anything with Move Anything, hence the name. Mythic Plus Timer is another customizer for how the timers appear for Mythic Plus. You have our Raider IO for Alliance and Horde enabled. I, of course, disabled all of the other regions because you won't see them, it'll just take up space. RC Loot Council, another one required by Raid. Simulation Craft, so you could get the SimC exports for Raid bots. And then we have Weakauras and DBM. And that's it. We have pretty minimal add-ons, just your basic ones that let you choose how the game looks and some Weakauras stuff. Nothing crazy. It's really basic. And like you can see when I take that out, I have a very open screen. The biggest thing that I think is really, really important, at least for my gameplay, is I actually like to be able to see my screen. I see people with these crazy, crazy setups, and I just think, how do they see what's going on? How do they dodge mechanics? Maybe that's how they don't dodge them. There's just stuff all over their screen. Now for Weakauras. Similarly to add-ons, I don't use a ton of Weakauras. Most of the Weakauras that you see in the middle here, I actually added on the more recent side. So now to look at our Weakauras. Let's see, let's go to the Holy Power Bar. So let's just enable all of these by showing you what it looks like. All right, so this is our main Weakaura setup. We have, and by the way, all these are custom. Some of them I grabbed from wago.io and I've edited them, and some of them I've just completely made myself. So you're not going to be able to find this specific setup anywhere per se. So here we have just my stats. This is the stats that you see over here. Each one just tracks in real time what they are. Very simple. All of these below here, these icons, these light up when I have a proc active, so you can track what's going on exactly. So in this case, I'm tracking Wings, I'm tracking Honed Vine, I'm tracking the Cloak proc, I'm tracking Ineffable Truth, and I'm tracking Vita Charge, because those are the biggest and most important things that are going to either change my rotation or let me know when I have major cooldowns running. The Holy Power Bar is this custom bar I made here. It just simply tracks your power. Pretty simple. This was actually a real pain to get going, but it probably took me about an hour or two. Other important ones. M plus keys. This one you can find right on wago.io. This is when you do you just do exclamation point keys. We're not in a party, so we can maybe just do it in chat. It may not work there. Yeah, no. If you do it in guild chat or you do it in party chat, it'll say your key as well as anyone else in the guild or party or raid. Pout and wing sound, for those of you that were wondering how the meow happens, this is it. It just triggers on, where is it? It triggers on the spell ID for Wings, or in this case, Crusade, and then it makes the meow. Where is it? Actions, play sound, cat meow. That's all it is. You can make it yourself. It should take you about a minute. You just need to get the spell ID for Crusade. Other stuff. Auto marker is a good one for tanks. It's for M+. It gives you the auto marks for anything that's kickable. And then I believe there is one more here. The Mythic Plus interrupt tracker. When you're in Mythic Plus, it gives you the frame over here that shows anyone that can kick and the cooldown on their kick, which is really important for high Mythic Plus, because if casts go off, then chances are you will probably wipe. And that is my full setup. Let me know if you have any questions. I will try and answer them in the comments below. Otherwise, have a good day.